Oh, nice. Now it's working. So you can't stream via YouTube, but if I click here, are you kidding me? Dronecast. Ah, there we go. Why that happened, I don't know. Can we hear it? But if I click here, are you kidding me? Okay. So we're live. Sorry, Afix, we missed you. The other stream literally went defunct. It said up and coming. Why, I don't know. Let me just press play again and see what it does. There we go. Hopefully. I just need to see myself and start again. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. I should have done this beforehand, though. I lost 20 minutes, believe it or not. And of course, I don't see myself. Ah, there we go. 5, 4. Okay, so that's it. All right, so now it's streaming, which is great. Hey guys, welcome back to Everything That Glitches. I was streaming for 20 minutes. Afix checked in, then he went to bed. Sorry about that. So I just want to say thanks to Afix for suggesting which 3D printer to get. I printed some stuff on the 3D printer, which is amazing. I printed a drone, which is right here. The frame to the Pavo Pico. Excellent. Look at the contour. Look at the lines. Not lines, but the settings. How smooth it is. You got some stringing, but not a lot. The settings I used. There's going to be a video coming out with the settings that I used. There's a video out there, but they're using the Cura 4.0 app, and apparently it was a little tricky getting the 5.0. 5.4.0 up and running. As you can see, everything prints. But the main reason for the 3D printer is so that we can print drone parts, right, and see how they fly. Oh wow, interesting. It's not bad, and this is true to form. Hold on one second. The settings right here, not settings. This is the original Pavo Pico frame, right, and this is the 3D. Totally identical, and when you match them up, right, to size, I'll put them like this, they are completely identical. One's a little bit smaller on the outside, but the rims are the same. The propellers fit in, so we know they will spin, which is great, because if you look at it, see, rim to rim, it is identical, which is what we want, you know. Just making sure the holes line up, which is great. If you look, so now we just have to test it, put the O3 air unit on it, see how it goes. There's no bottom, right? So I'll just have to use the strap, which we have. I think I have 2 of them, and I'll just tie the battery to it with the strap, let it go in, and see how it goes. The only thing is that I don't know how the screws will go in. And as for the rabbit, rabbit's the rabbit. Oh, and I'll show you the little benchy thing. You have your traditional benchies out there, but there's a really cool one that I printed. Is a man in the boat, which is really cool. So I was able to print this one. See, check it out. I wonder if it floats. But what amazed me, what fascinated me about the 3D printer is that if you look at this really closely, look at the fish. Look at how well the fish printed. Like, it actually looks like a fish. That's when you know you got your settings right. So there's a new settings video coming out that I created. I'll probably be out tomorrow night. Look at this guy. See, now you have a man. Oh, well, it looks like he's smiling, but in the back it says Leo. See? Leo, and it has a little life jacket, not life jacket, life preserver thingy on top. The detail on that is so amazing. But Afix, if you're watching, oh wow, even the bucket, everything came like, and the hole that his freaking fishing rod goes in, the detail on this is amazing. Whoops, his fish fell, but that's okay. I'll put another one on here. Look at that. See that? And I plan to print some fidgets for my kids. One of my daughters, she likes fidgets. I can't get over that. So, you know, I'm just gonna put this back. So there's a video coming out with the settings. So when you see the settings video, just know that the settings aren't coming out of my butt, that they actually do work. So, you know, please watch and share, because maybe, you know, it could be better. Maybe those settings could be better than what they are. Because remember, this channel is for beginners. So if you can help make what I had done better than before, I will test it out. Like with the rates, we tested out those rates that someone sent us, and not happening. FPV unknown rates still rule them all. I tried them. It gave me too much power. I couldn't handle it. I had to go back to the FPV unknown rates, and still challenging. My flying skills are getting better. So I was saying before, I got this table on sale. I can give you a link to it in Amazon, but I found someone selling it for $25, and the reason why is because, as you can see, it's all rusty. I guess it must have been in someone's basement when it flooded in the rain, but that's all right. I just need something to put the 3D printer on, so I don't mind. As you know, I can live with a little bit of rust. No big deal, but I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. And Amazon has sales, but actually someone was selling this that got flooded. So now we have this, but that's fine. And the cover, this will be on it, so no one will see, you know, the rust stuff underneath it. But what I liked about it was that it had wheels, so I can move it around when my house floods, you know, and then not worry about, I don't know, other stuff happening. So this is the tricky part. I hate this part with these things, because you have to lift it up and then put it down and then pray it'll take, but it's just tricky. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the FPV unknown rates back on all my drones, because so, you know, someone else had chimed in and said, try these, let me know how it goes, because apparently they had shared that they said, oh, these rates are good, and now I see why. When I asked someone for specific rates, right, they had shared that rates are preference, like it's what you like or what you feel most comfortable flying in. And I guess that part is true, because you know, someone swore by these rates, but I couldn't for the life of me fly in them. I had to go back to my old ways, which is fine as long as, you know, you fly. But at least as a beginner, when getting into FPV, you want some sort of stepping stone, like a baseline to start from, so that you can have the experience. Because remember, I was going to get rid of it. I was going to sell my all the FPV drones, and I was going to sell the DJI remote controller and all the other fun goodies that I had. But then something told me to just stick it out, try. Because I'm not someone who just gives up easily. I like to try. But this was insane, the whole FPV thing. And it still is. It's hard. It's hard to fly. But the more you practice, the better you get. Which, as you can see, I'm getting better. And I will practice. Interesting. See, this is a really quick fix, so this is going to be a short video. Who's that? It's the dog. That's Luna. Welcome back. So, yeah, and I can't wait to see how these parts fly. 3D printing is amazing. It's like another. It's like the rabbit hole. Once you get into FPV, it's like the hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. But my kids actually can't wait to use the 3D printer. There's a website, I'll leave a link in the description, of where you can go. I mean, anyone watching this video, especially Aphex, probably knows where you can go. And actually share some more places, because I don't know. I only know 2 places. And some of these files are free, which is great. So you don't have to be an engineer, you know, or die splitter, or whatever they're called, to you know, to use these 3D print files, you just need to know how to tweak them a little bit. Sometimes, like the fish was originally designed to print. Where is the fisherman? I don't know where my fishing guy is, but I'll show you guys the fish on the 3D file. One second. So the fish on the 3D file, I still have it on my computer, was originally on the file supposed to be printed that way. And every time it started printing, it just started turning into spaghetti. And I was like, wait, it can't print that way because it's so, I don't even see how these little fins can stick. So I said, you know what, let me flip it this way. And I turned it flat. And after turning it flat, it just printed like an eaten fish, which was great, which went to Leo's, back of Leo's boat. And I'll show you guys the file. I'll open it up. Aphex went to bed. Hold on, give me a second. I might have to disappear in a little bit. Let me see if it loads up. Oh, this is a fidget that I plan to print for one of my kids. The fidget's gonna take like 5 or 6 hours to print. Leo, here we go. Hold on one second. So the original file for Leo, for the fish, Leo, the little fishing boat, when I open it up, actually, I can just take it and drag it to the Cure application. 5.6, great application. So the original file, you see, is set to print upwards. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Oh yeah, there we go. See? Just simply impossible to print. So you just have to figure out how to lay it flat. And so, which I was able to do. And sometimes it's tweaking. And when you first start printing your 3D file, in order to avoid it turning into spaghetti, you want to, let's see, oh, there we go. You want to watch it. Watch the file print for the first 5 to 10 minutes, and maybe even 5 minutes, whatever it is, and then it should go well. Then you can walk away. But if you just set it and forget it, that's when things get tricky. And I almost set it and forget it. I was like, let me just watch and see. And I came back. I was like, damn, it didn't work. And after 3 or 4 times, I was like, damn, it didn't work. And then finally, I just said, it's not possible. Like, because I printed about 6 different things. And out of the 6 things, on the 7th one, it wouldn't print. I was like, wait, something's wrong. Like, I just printed all this stuff and now it's not working. And then I realized, let me try something. And that did the trick. Changing the, oh man, whoops. Changing the, you know, the format of the file. Did the trick. And then I was able to print it. And then it printed, and then it went onto Leo's boat. I wish these things had numbers on them, though. That would be cool. But they don't. That's all right. Oops. There. And then the other ones will just go on the top, I think. I'm not sure. And then we'll put the printer on. And then call it a night. Because it's late. Yeah, Aphex. I been busy lately. That's why I got the my boss has been out, so I've been filling in for my boss. And so, oh wow, it's a lot of rust. And so I just was like so tired, and but a good tired because I love the hours. I love when they give me more hours. I love working. And so between that and balancing things out, and then, the flood you know, helping my neighbor out with the flooding. And then my pump, which pumps out water from the flooding, wasn't working. It didn't work. So instead of making YouTube videos, I was making videos for oh, I got one more video to make. Darn, I was making videos for the warranty people, and then I still have one more video to make for someone who sent me some product, which I had promised, which I'll probably do tomorrow. Some people start sending me stuff now, which is kind of cool. And I think, you know, I have enough cameras around here, so I think maybe Afix, if you want, I can give you one of the outlet cameras that I'll be doing a review for, and the MP3 player, which was awesome. Oh wow! So this goes on like this. See, this is a really simple fix table put together. Nice. See that? Ah, damn it! I forgot to put the wheels on. All right, I should have put the wheels on first, and then the lid / the top. That's all right. I'll do it in a bit. Oh yeah, maybe. Because it looks like I have to use a wrench to screw the wheels on. Which means, and I don't want to ruin this table, so even though the bottom is rusty and rusted here and there, this part, I guess because it was on top, is in really cool condition, and no one's going to see that. So, damn it. So, holy shit, this table's heavy though. I don't think it's a table that's heavy. I think it's the wood. So I think this is real wood. Oh man. All the holes, those stains you see on the floor are the rust. I should have. Oh yeah, and Afix, if you have any files you want to send so I can test, some settings you want to send over so we can test, you know, and see how it, you know what, just leave it. It's not worth it. I will put it on the carpet, right, so it doesn't get ruined, and then I will just bend it over that way. Let's see. Yeah, move it forward, right? Move this forward since we know it's not coming off. And then put this like this on the carpet. See? Voila. And there's all the rust on the floor. Just have to be careful not to sit on it. I think it comes out of your clothes. What is what it is. And so, yeah. So I can't wait to actually see how the 3D printed drone flies. So what would be ideal is if the Pablo 25 version 2, there were some spare parts for that. That would be amazing. But I looked at this one site, no one's made it yet. And there are actually people who contribute their time. There are some FPV files on there that you can print and download, which is phenomenal if you ask me, because it takes hours and days to configure these things. And someone's just like, hey, this is for you, which is great. I just wish that they had done that for the files that I need. But there's so much out there. You don't, like I said, you don't need to have an engineering degree to get into 3D printing. Maybe back in the day, yeah, but now you can find these files online and tweak them, which is amazing and great. If you know how, I'll probably do another video on that. but you know, because so there are some things out there that you like, and you know you want to print. Like, for example, instead of ordering the parts from China, right? I can now print my frame whenever I crash, and I'll just save the parts so I can screw them in. Whoops, screw them in, and get a new one. Not get a new one, right? So that's kind of neat, if you ask me. I just hope the last one fits. Remember that time when I was putting together the helping hands, and the helping hands didn't go in because they sent the wrong part, and I had to wait. That's why I saved the box. And then this. So yeah, I haven't been flying in a while. I did fly the Mavic. Oh, I went, which was great, on that one meetup. I don't know how those guys find time for it. I probably would have gone to the meetup today, but they took the car, so it was a bummer. It was like a last minute thing too, to the drone meetup. No, I sign up, I RSVP, and this is how it usually works. Come Monday, my wife was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're going to go meet your drone buddies this weekend. It's great. You know, do you know the weather? You know, how far is it?" That's Monday, and then Tuesday comes. My wife is like, "Hey, you guys still on for your meetup? You know, who's going?" I'm going, and then she's like, "Oh, I have plans. I'm gonna go to do such and such with her friends." I'm like, "Oh wow, that's so nice." And then Wednesday, she's like, she's asking me, "Do I have everything? Is my drone charged?" I'm like, "No, I usually do it the night before." And then she's like, "Oh, you know, just make sure there's gas in the car." And then Thursday, you know, she's like, "I'm so happy for you that you're going out. I hope you have fun." And then come Friday, I come home, and she's like, "So, what are we doing this weekend?" And I'm like, "What? What the fuck?" I'm like, "You just bid me a farewell. You were telling like good riddance and have fun, and now you're like, what are we doing this weekend? And what am I doing this weekend?" I'm like, "I had plans, you know." And so it's kind of like that. So I could never really, I can't run my own meetups if you ask me, because can you imagine that? Our host is not coming today. And so they took the car. I think they went to Massachusetts or something. See, it was like all girls weekend. The guys weekend. Guys, where's the guys? We were supposed to get together and have fun and fly. See? I wonder if the wheels lock though. Yeah, they do lock. Because that would be messed up. So now what I have to do is get the barrel, right? Because I have a barrel in there that I used to keep to collect water in case there's a shortage or something. But the barrel has never been used, and so I figured this would be the perfect spot for the 3D printer. But the only downside is now, right, that I am moving the barrel, which is fine. But now that I'm moving, maybe Afix can fill me in on this. When you have a 3D printer, right, and you move it, does it throw it off balance? Like, do I have to re-level it again, or not? I guess I'll know in a second once I get this thing out of the way. See, here's the barrel. Barrel of laughs. Ha ha ha. So this collects rainwater. It's like but we've never used it. It was a gift when we first moved in. Someone's like, "Hey, you never know. You might need water. It could be." So one of my friends who's a what is he? He's a He's a like doomsday prepper. The apocalypse now. You have to be ready for the end. The end is coming, but it never came. But one day it'll come. I don't know when it's coming, but apparently it is, according to my friend. But I still have that bucket. I'll probably sell it with the house. So now I'm gonna put the printer on there. So here's the tricky part. Hopefully, now you won't see me for a little bit because I'm going to do this really slowly. Actually, you know what? To limit, right, carrying everything, I could just wheel this over, right? One of the wheels, I think, is locked. Let's see. Yep, 2 wheels are locked. See? Yeah, why not? Work smarter, not harder. Move this out of the way, since we don't need that. Right? And then I'll move this over here. I'll let you guys watch in case you're like, you're doing it wrong. Well, you can tell me how to do it right next time, because I'm pretty sure this will be moved again. Where's my phone? Oh, I don't need my phone because I have the live stream over there. I just want to make sure that this is focused in. I need for the camera to catch up on YouTube. Okay, so I'm just going to move some stuff, some water, take a drink. There's the printer. I think I'll just do a test print. There's Leo. I'll leave a link to Leo in case you guys have a 3D printer. And I got this one because, one, I had the points. 2, I made a little bit of extra. And I saw a lot of the installation processes for the other videos. And eventually, as time goes by, you build up to this. So I was like, hey, you know what? Why build up when you can build out? Anyway, so now this is the part that's going to be tricky. I just don't want to unlevel it accidentally, you know? But I guess I can test it. Because the leveling process is a pain in the butt. Let's see. Nice. Only thing that moved was the touch screen, so I have to pop that back in. See? It's fine. It just moved slightly. I guess I can leave this on one side, right? Take Leo with me. I think I'm gonna print a tray because the nozzle thing sometimes drips and it drips onto the side, if that makes any sense. And so I figure I'd let it drip onto the tray, then onto this thing. So if you have a link to a tray, I can print one. Of course, I've used this a couple of times, the little cutters, so you can cut your filament. I've used the tweezers a bit to clean out the excess. It has a little drawer on here, which is great. So I'll keep the spare parts in the little drawer, because you never know when you're going to need it again. But just leave out this thing to scrape off some stuff. If you have stringing, works really well. The scraper. It's for sculpting, actually, you know. But as you can see, my prints came out really good. Amazing. But you know, they could be better, right? So now, hopefully, just hopefully, I wonder. Oh, I can't turn it on just yet because I will have to move it into the other room, right? So I'm just gonna leave this here and turn it around in a little bit. But now that it's on wheels, let's see, we'll push it. Hopefully it doesn't cause the leveling to come off, but I think what I'll do is I'll print another fish, because the fish only takes 3 minutes to print, you know, which is great. And this is better than actually carrying it. So there I am. There's my kid's mannequin. She wants to be a fashion designer. But apparently that thing's been sitting here for over a year and nothing's been made yet. Nothing. Whoops. Whoops. We just lost Leo and his bait and all his stuff. I guess I should have left it on the table. All right, I'll squeeze in and get it. Or I can print it again. So I found the fish, but I don't see the other stuff. Maybe it's on the other side. You know what's messed up though? The did it fall in? Is that the parts to Leo, right, are the same color as the tile on the floor. So wherever it is, I'm sure it blended right in, which is a bummer. 2 different rods he has though. I wonder if it's down here. It's a bummer. I'm sure it'll show up. One of my kids might find it and think that it's part of the Barbie dream house. But let's see. It's gotta be here somewhere. Ah, there it goes. It blended right in. But was able to find it. It's hard for you guys to see, but here it is right here. So now I just gotta wheel it in to the other room. Or maybe I'll go upstairs first and shut off the machine so that well, I'm still fascinated by this thing because all the parts just fit magically into the space, like the fit into its 3D, whatever you want to call it. Like I'm like, how the hell? Who thought of this? Like, it's just phenomenal if you ask me. And again, I just dropped another piece to Leo's collection. I guess I should just leave Leo out of the chair, right? And then just do it after, once the printer is stationary. Yeah, I'll leave Leo here. And then I'll go upstairs and shut off the machine so that we can see what prints. And as long as the fish prints, right, we know that everything else is good to go. I'll be back. Just got to shut off the air conditioning unit. Yeah, sorry I missed you, Afix. I was streaming for 20 minutes and nothing came in. That's the most glitchy. Oh wow, it's raining out. That sucks. Because rain usually means flooding in this part of town. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is that, and that'll only take 3 minutes to do, to print. I'm going to print another fish, but I will leave the FPV stuff here. But probably leave that stuff here, because on the back, if I leave it on the back, I don't think there's enough room, because you need to have room for, oh, bummer. Yeah, that's okay, I'll figure it out. Open space so I can print. Yeah. Because the printer needs to go back and forth, back and forth. And now, hopefully, looks like I'll have to move some stuff here for the printer to fit through the door. Unfortunately, because the door is not wide enough, but it should fit. I hope. You know, time will tell. Ah, that's wide enough now. Here, I'll let you guys have a peek. Hopefully, oh yeah, I've got plenty of battery. It'll tell me when I'm running out. Plugged into the outlet. Now it's getting warmer. So I want it to go in there next to the machine. But in order for it to go there, I will have to wheel it in. As long as it's wide enough. If not, imagine I gotta take it apart. That's not gonna be fun. I might fit through. I might. Oh yeah, it should fit. Just don't want to drop the camera. Nice. It's snug. Ah, fuck. It's not gonna fit. I mean, it will fit, but I'll have to move some stuff on the other side so that the door can open all the way. Unless, no, it's not gonna work. It probably would go either way, but the cord to the plate, which protrudes out a lot. That's fine. You know, we've had worst things than this happen. The G1 the folks sent me, which you'll see in another video. Yeah, so once you your channel starts to pick up, people are like, hey, I like your style. Can you record a video for me and do a review? I'm like, sure. I'm not buying anything. Okay, so now, hopefully, yes. Oh man. It's not gonna fit. Unless, oh, it will fit. Ah. I just gotta move one more thing, I believe. I hope. Hopefully. Right? Bummer. It may not fit. I mean, it will fit, but not as easily. Ah, you know what? I forgot you could move this. There we go. Now it'll fit. I forgot you could slide the plate as long as you did all your settings correctly. See? Now it'll fit through. I'll show you guys in a second. You could move the plate. Watch. See? And then when you start it, you just press, you home it. Let it home it, or it might do it automatically. I don't know, because it's I have only turned it on and off a few times, and I've only done home, you know, when I calibrated it, or when I don't like when something's happening, I'll rehome it. But I don't know how it'll reconfigure after turning it on. Oh, nice. There's room, I believe, for it to go back and forth. Which is what you want. So when it goes like that, right? I mean, I could turn the printer around the other way, so I don't have to come in here, right? So I can just see. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll spin the printer around so you guys can see. I'll move it. You can see all the goodies. Yeah, so I think, because you want, sometimes you just want to be able to check stuff. I guess I could move it. Nah, because I still need to be able to get in. Is that blocking it? Yeah, it is. Bummer. You know what? I'll do that, right? And take all this off. And then I'll just spin it around. Just so I can see what's happening. Or just leave it. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll do it another time. Oh yeah, I'll have to leave it like this because the cord's not long enough to actually go. Okay. Which I have to get. Where is the cord? I did unplug it. Interesting. Just looking for the power cord to the printer. Oh, it's under there. It's actually under the printer. You ever get so tired and you forget where shit is? Yeah, that's me. So, oops. So we'll put that in here. Yeah, so you see I can't, because the plug's not long enough. But it's on wheels, which is great. See, if I did it the other way, it's not going to work. So I'd have to buy another extension cord. But here's the plug right there, down there. Unless I swapped it, right? And put the printer here. Too much moving stuff. Unless it'll make it smaller over there. It'll make it smaller there, and I just need enough room to plug this baby in. And there's room at the bottom for other stuff, which is great, because then I can just reorganize stuff. And maybe I could put it here, I don't know, but then there's no room up there, see? That's why it has to go here. And then I'm just gonna pull this out, just plug it in, and then if it lets me, what's that one do? Oh, that's the Alexa. So I have all these different plugs, right? Oh, got it. Nope. Bummer. Okay, got one in. Now I just need to get another one in, if it will let me. But unfortunately, not. Bummer. A plug. like a bad game of Jenga back here. Nah. Bummer. Oh, it will work because I forgot I'm not attaching this to the extension cord. It should work. Hopefully. That's me. And nope. You ever have that problem with an extension cord where you're like short one, it's not flat, semi-flat? I think if I had a flatter one, it could work. Bummer. Unless oh yeah, that could work. Let's give it I made it higher. Yes. I just had to just like a bad game of Jenga. But I think I got it to work where I can have everything plugged in all at once. Nice. Looks like we got it. And we won't know until you take something like a drone battery and plug it in. Is that on? Yes, so it's charging. All right, I'll charge that. Maybe I'll fly tomorrow. Maybe I won't. But at least we got this up and running. Okay. That took long enough, didn't it? Ay, ay, ay. So now that we got that up and running, and the only downside is I can't, I would have to go squeeze in through here and see the prints until I get another cord. I need another extend. I'll do that. There's no hurry. Everything works. So what I want to do is, I was like, wait, nothing went on. So it's going to go on, and then hopefully it will, I'll put the rabbit back here. Great. So now I'll go to ready, and then hopefully it'll come back, it'll find its way back home. Oh, nice. So that doesn't move, so I could put stuff here, which is kind of not, I wouldn't recommend putting a lot of stuff here, but just enough so that you can access whatever you need to access, or what you need. And hopefully I get to get a piece of paper, just to check. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna print the fish. If I can print that fish, all those details, it's definitely print the fish. Imagine being able to print your own dinner. Oh wait, except it didn't go back home. Settings. I just went back to center. Auto back home, please wait. Because when it goes back home, it usually gets all that goop out and cleans, and you don't want the stuff dragging along the plate. So now, if I go to print, I'll move the printer over. Welcome back to everything that glitches. Just wanted the fish, but it didn't work. Yeah, I'll move it over so that you guys can see. And once this prints, it'll be the end of this video. So you guys can watch it. And the fish only takes about 3 minutes, believe it or not, if all goes well, according to plan. There we go. And I'll zoom in on it so that you guys can see. Hold on one second. There. That should be good enough. back a little bit, because remember, it's going to go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so now if I press play, you guys can watch that. You'll know if I have my calibrations correct, if it prints a fish. In the meantime, I'll put Leo back. Leo! Leo! I think I printed 2 fish though. There's a fish missing. So I put Leo there. And what it does is it'll print a strip, right? And test like a test strip on the side. It kind of cleans the nozzles out, and then it starts printing. And then it prints like I have, you know, the perimeter you can set in the settings so that it just prints a circle first, and then it puts all the excess in the circle. Like it cleans the head, which is really cool. So hopefully Leo will print, and while Leo's printing, I should have a total of 3 fish. But there's a fish missing. Somebody stole my fish. Maybe it's on the washing machine. Could have fallen while I was moving it. And just think, the floor out here is gray, so it will blend right in, unfortunately. That's fine, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but it would be nice if I found the other fish. Just going to put some stuff away. Well, also you want to check, right? Because sometimes you have to stop. Oh, but as you can see, it's going to heat up to 205, and the nozzle has to heat up to 65. So the nozzle heated to 65, and now the bed needs to go to 205, and then your print will start once, you know, it does everything that it's supposed to do, if that makes any sense. It's an interesting process. It's an interesting learning process because you kind of learn as you go, and you have it's similar to the Facebook experience where you join the forum, and you can join the forum and there are people who help, like, hey, you should try this, and then of course you get roasted too. So it's one, you know, not everything is as beautiful as you think on the on these Facebook forums, which was why, again, I started the channel. Okay, so this is where it is. See, it should print a line. See, it got some gook out. It cleaned out the head. I'm not sure how often they clean out the nozzle. And then, once it gets the gook out, see how that flew off? And then now it's going to make a circle. And that circle, inside that circle, will go your print. And it does that with everything, which is kind of neat. And then now, as you can see, it's printing the fish. Imagine being able to print your dinner. There'd be food in there, like some sort of like puree, and the puree would like print into a steak or dessert or whatever it is that you know, your heart desires, but it's not like the real food. Like the Matrix, you know, everyone had 3D printed dinner instead of the mush. That would be kind of interesting, if you ask me. But as you can see, it's printing. So far, so good. And you always want to watch because the first 1 to 2 minutes of the print are the most vital. That's going to be hit or miss on whether you need to press that stop button, or whether or not your print is going to turn into spaghetti. So, you know, you want to watch it. And you know, it's Aphex could probably explain it better, and probably FPV Unknown too, because you know, once you go down the rabbit hole of FPV, it just gets going deeper and deeper. It's like I'm going down this deep hole. Like, well, this is the hole that a lot of DJI guys may never see, because, you know, they're like, I love my FPV drone. I'm not FPV. I love my DJI drone. You know, and that's the way to fly. But as you can see, I kind of took a detour along the way. I miss it, but this is like a whole other experience when it comes to, let's see how much battery life is left. My computer It has 9% left. So you're not going to see anything, right, until the print is actually finished. So I'm just cleaning up house and was looking for the other fish, but it's nowhere to be found. But this is just going to give you an idea. Oh, nice, it did print the fish. Yummy, dinner is now being served. Now I just have to find the other fish that fell somewhere. And that's when you know your calibration is correct, when everything just prints so nicely and beautifully. But again, things can just go off-centered or whatever. You know, I had to adjust the temperature to 65 because it was set to 60. I found that when the temperature was set to 60, stuff was doing this, it was moving, like it would print and move. So the hotter the plate, it just stuck better. And then I think I did 205 for, I don't know, I forget the settings. I just played with them a little bit. Oh, I did. Well, that's weird. The settings changed, but that's all right. Because it should be 205 for... Oh, that's probably because there's an old file on here. So I'll have to put the newer file on here because the newer settings are actually 205 for the nozzle and 65 for the other one. And there it is. There's the fish. Kind of neat, huh? So let's see. So these are the settings here. 187 nozzle and 58 bed. That should be, oh, here's the fish. Here's the other fish. It's right over here. This is the old fish. I'm going to print another one though. I want to change the setting. So what you do is you take your spatula, and then you just scrape it a little bit gently. You know, and sometimes you might have to pop it a little bit, but you have to be careful when you pop it because sometimes your piece can go flying. You can see there's the center. This is the round ring that it prints. See? Around it. It was in perfect condition, but when I spatula it off, and look, there's the fish. Everything. It printed such small detail, all intact. But I want to print another one because I want to. So I think the fish is probably the best sample way to go, or maybe there's another way to do a different sampler. But I want to see if I slice it again, if my settings will change and then purge to there, because it should have done that. Because I saw the temperature heat up to it, but it didn't stay consistent with it. Oh, Afix is here. Oh, look, Ruby Roy. Oh, Ruby Roy. Roy Bixby. Don't forget to re-level your 3D printer. Wait, what do you mean by re-level? Again? Are you shitting me? Wait, I gotta re-level it again? That thing's a pain in the ass. Why again? Wait. Hold on. Why again? Again? Oh, because I moved it? Probably, right? That makes sense. Yeah, probably, yeah. Maybe because I moved it. I don't know. Hopefully Roy Bixby is still there. And they can chime in on why. But in the meantime, while Roy is wherever Roy is, I'm going to go into my file, and look for the fish. Just give me a second. Nice to see folks came though. That's awesome. I'm in my computer, and I just need to find the fish again. But yeah, please do share why I would need to re-level it, because that's a nightmare. It took forever. It took a couple of times, to be honest with you. But I noticed, bummer. I might have to readjust the fish file again. I thought I had it here somewhere. I wonder if you could recalibrate, right? If I can take a fish file again that's already been set and then open it again and export it again. that makes any sense. Let's see. I'm just going to open it. You can't see, but I'm just giving you guys the Audible version. Okay, make sure G-code is correct. Okay, I'm going to save to removable disk. Print setup disable. G-code file cannot be modified. Oh, so once you save your G-code file, you cannot modify it. Bummer. Which kind of sucks if you ask me. Which means that I have to go back into my print files, Pavel Pico, and recalibrate Little Fishy again, which is fine. We just have to select lay flat in the settings. I just don't remember how I did that. You ever do that in the beginning? Like you're like, oh, wow, that's how you do it. And then you try to do it again and, oh, wow, DJI device disconnected. But it should still be streaming. Connect. Nice. We're still streaming. I just lost the connection to my phone. So then I'm in my computer. And I don't want to splice it yet until, right, I'm able to lay it flat. Scale, rotate, mirror, per model, support block, and go here, drop down, 3D view, settings that worked, which is great. So my settings saved, but where are scales? There goes scales. Ah, there we go. Lay flat. Perfect. Got it. Okay, I got it to lay flat, which is great. And now I just want to see if my settings are still here for the temperature. Yep, 0.095, which were the settings that allowed me to do what needed to be done. And then speed, travel, cooling, interesting. Hold on 1 second. I just need to find my bed. My bed is actually upstairs. Ah, materials. Oh yeah, so my printing temperature, initial layer 205. Interesting. But maybe it was cooling down? I don't know. I'll have to slice it again and see. But I definitely want save to removable. And it's saved. Okay, so now I'm going to eject it. Okay. So now I ejected my removable, and now I'm going to come back to the printer and print another fish. Oh wait, hold on. I almost forgot. This video is for you guys. Who else is here? Why again? Oh, because I want to print it again because when I looked at the temperature, everything heated up to the temperature that I had in my presets on my computer. But then when I came back to this thing, they were the default. I was like, wait, those were not the settings, even though I'm printed. But I just want to see. But thankfully, this only takes 3 minutes. And then I press finish. Too bad there's no beep, like beep beep, so I know when it's done. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ready. And then I'm going to go, let it go home. Right? And then when it comes back home, oh, almost forgot. Once it's home, whenever it's home, it's easier to clean that way, I find, unless there's another way, because you got to make sure that all your remnants is gone, so that you can start fresh again. And sometimes once you get it going, so I think I need to put a trash can here. So now I go to print fish, and then press play, let it warm up. I'll tell you Afix where it's going to warm up to. So I put 205, right, for the nozzle, and then I put 65 for the bed. but I thought it stays at that temperature throughout the whole print process. But when I came back, it was at different temperatures, which is kind of weird. But you have to share the maintenance tricks on these things too. Like how often do you change the head? So now it's cleaning out the head. It came with an extra nozzle or head, whatever you want to call it. And I noticed there's a timer, which is really cool. I thought there wasn't a timer on here. So yeah, this is the last fish I'm going to print, and then I will go to bed. But yeah, it'd be nice if there was a 3D print file for the Pavo 25. Remember when I had broken the gimbal protector? I noticed there's some FPV parts up there like this for the Pavo Pico. I think someone just hasn't made them yet. So far it's been going for 1 minute, which is kind of cool. Actually, let me go to my computer. I think my computer's about to die because Afix is up. He woke up. What time is it in California? Hey Alexa, what time is it in California?
In California, it's 1:41 a.m.
Oh wow, it's early, man. Wow, 1:40. Yeah, I remember when it was 1:40 for 5 hours ago. Bummer. All right, so we'll let that print again. Then I gotta go to bed. All right, so it's printing. It's doing that calibration of the strip, right? And once it does that line, you watch that line. See the line? Oh, that's a nice line. So sometimes when it makes that line, it's great. Or sometimes it'll make that line and it's fucked up, and that's when you notice pause it, stop it, reset. Or sometimes when it does that, I forget what that circle is called. Sometimes when it does that, it if it messes up after a few, then you're like, oh damn, I gotta redo it again. But so far I've printed probably now about 10 things and only one messed up, and that was because the fish was not laying flat. So I had to reset the fish again. But Roy Bixby said, don't forget to re-level your printer. I am not looking forward to that. But thankfully it's on wheels, so I could move it and then move it back. But I think you're supposed to, I should lock the wheels though. I think you're supposed to level it after you move it, right? Because that was some pretty hefty moving. And I did see the plate move when I lifted it up, which kind of sucks. But you just got to do it. You got to do it. You got to suck it up and do it. Otherwise, your dream prints could become your printing nightmare. But if that makes any sense. Afix could probably tell you. But it looks like it's going well. We got a few minutes. We're a few minutes in. So if you know it's a 3-minute print. Where are we? We're at like probably counts the time it takes to calibrate everything and level itself. If that makes any sense. And yeah, I think maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But there is a couple of things I want to print because my kids want some fidgets. Apparently you can print fidgets on here. You can print a lot of stuff, which is really cool. Maybe FX can send us some files to print. We can test out, some settings we can try. But I think once you have it set, again, I'm already 10 prints in and things are working well. So so far so good. And, we'll see what happens down the line. But I want to print a little tray for the home point area so that the excess stuff can just fall in there. And just maybe put like a little Glad, what do they call it? Velcro strip to hold it together, like I did for the Pavo Pico, right? And then just let the tray catch the stuff, because it does let the excess go in there. Sometimes you have that little tiny spaghetti string. But so far so good. So far it looks like everything is printing. And what are you doing? I am printing. Yeah, Oh, Filippo. That's not. Oh, that's not FPVO. No, I definitely don't have my glasses on. Filippo RP. We are 3D printing. Yeah, that's when I don't wear my glasses. Um, kind of interesting. Yeah. Maybe I'll make a little curtain over there behind there, so it looks really cool. It's just, you know. Not bad. Looks like it's almost done. You know, it's oh, that's what I needed to check the temperature. Ah, I knew, right? Aside from watching it print from over there, I believe it kept the temperature. Bummer. Everything has a purpose. Well, I think I'll just print another fish. Anybody want a piece of fish? Let's see. Just gotta nip it. But as you can see, everything printed perfectly. I just can't believe how it printed the detail. Okay, and we'll just put that fish over there. Last fish. Press finish. Took 5 minutes. And now, oops, almost forgot the most important part of all, which is the lion. Oops. All right. Oh, I guess now I have to go to print. Press the fish. And there. It finds its way back home. This time I'll stay for this one. And what about the firmware? I mean, like, I noticed that sometimes these things have firmware updates, but do you really need to update the firmware on this? Especially if it's never been online, right? So it's never going to be on the internet. It's never going to be wireless, right? So it's always going to be stationary in that little spot that you see. So I don't think so. I'm not sure. So I'll just hang around here and then just watch and see how it works out. But so far so good. It's just probably sending it and feeding it. See, the temperature's at 205, and I just want to see if it stays at that temperature. And it looks like it does. So it looks like it stays at the temperature that I set it for in my print settings, which is great. But see, it's always off by 1 digit. So if I have it set to 205, the temperature fluctuates between 205 and 204. And then I had the bed temperature set to 65, and so the bed goes between 65 and 64. Right now the bed temperature is at 64, but I have it set to 65, but it just keeps fluctuating, which is okay, which means that if I want it to be at 65, right, I probably have to set it, well, now it's at 65. Okay, now bed temperature is at 65. All right, so I guess, and now the nozzle temperature is 204. And so it sort of fluctuates, it goes back and forth. The fish is still printing, which is great. And the fish, I think, is a great, now the temperature is at 200, and it's warm in here. Remember, that's so, yeah, now the temperature is 198. So it fluctuates. Now it's at 200. All right, so yeah, so the temperature just goes back and forth. Now it's at 198. Maybe at different points, it sets the temperature to different, let's see if it goes back to 205 though, at what point. In case you guys are wondering what I'm looking at, this right here. See? Oops. So as you can see, Now the temperature, whoops, it's in the 199. And now it went to 160, which is fine because it's still printing, but those were not my optimal settings. But now it's at 42% at that temperature. Now it goes back. Maybe it never stays at the temperature. Maybe it's like a toaster oven where it just will fluctuate between the ideal temperature. I don't know. This is all new to me, so I'm just assuming. But it was only at 205 in the beginning, and now it's just fluctuating between 199 and 200. Did you see? Then it went back to 200. Or maybe these are the settings that it has to be at during the print process, right? Like certain areas be at this temperature, some at that area. So now it went to 60. Now the nozzle is 199. Kind of wild. But it still works, it prints. But at least in the beginning it's probably at its hottest, so it sticks, I presume. I don't know. I'm just, trying to think about why it doesn't stay at the constant temperature that you have it set to. But as you can see, it's at 69. And as long as it prints, hey, look, the beginning temperatures stay the same, probably so it can stick. But as you can see, that fish, all the details, look how small, and it's just, that's when you did your leveling correct. But Roy Bixby said, don't forget. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. Maybe AFIX or FPV Unknown can share. But either way, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to not re-level it, but we'll play it by ear. Anyway, 84%, 200, and I guess towards the end, the temperature will just drop. Presumably. I don't know. Now we'll just go move back a little bit so we can see 90. Oh, we are zoomed in all the way. Wow. Pretty wild. %. Then I'm going to shut it off and print some different stuff tomorrow. But you see now it's at 199, so temperature does drop towards the end. And dinner is now served. So most likely, I'm probably just going to do this. I'm going to go ready. Right, we'll select finish. Right, and then go to ready. And just bring it home. Because once it goes home, it'll go over there. And then I can just nice. So I do notice that temperature in the beginning when it was set to 205, it does stick better to the plate, which is awesome. As you can see, all the fish details are there. So maybe that's just for the beginning process. I don't know. But all I know is that it works, and moving forward, I can print all the things that my kids will want to have printed when they come back. And now it's back at the home point. It's cleaned off. I like to make sure that there's nothing excess in there, just at the nozzle, so that my next print is not a garbage one. Because I did notice that sometimes if that excess stays there, it kind of drags along. So what I do is I just take it and then just pull it out. See? Voila. And then some stuff hanging there. It doesn't clog, right? Because eventually if it does, you will have to clean it out. I see it, but I just can't grab it. It's coming. Got it. This is little string that I don't like when they drag along when you start your print. I definitely need a different set of tweezers, but Everything works. That's it. Anyway, look out for the video of my calibrating this thing, leveling it, putting it together, and doing the test prints. It's a 3-part series. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, the video's over. You guys are more than welcome to go or stay. Actually, I gotta shut off the printer because it is the end. Oh, I have to stop streaming it from my phone, which is out there. The source. Special sauce or sauce? Both sound good, right? All right, 99. Nice, it's still streamed, and we are going to end the stream. We'll see you.